to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
This episode is brought to you by Nespresso. Gift magical mornings with Nespresso Virtuo Pop. Compact and stylish, Virtuo Pop is made to meet every morning coffee craving. From espresso to coffee, hot or iced, at the click of a button. And celebrate the season with Nespresso's limited edition coffee flavors. Sweet almond and hibiscus, cinnamon and candied tamarind, and festive double espresso. Magic in the making. Shop the holiday gift collection exclusively at Nespresso.com.
Do you ever find yourself rushing certain decisions, like you just can't get it done quickly enough? And other things you tend to overthink, overanalyze, procrastinate, and perhaps never even get done at all. Adam here, and I was working with a client that had both of those qualities. They would overanalyze big decisions, but things that felt boring or mundane, they would almost do too quickly, even if it meant sometimes making mistakes that they then had to correct later. So this hypnosis session actually uses that children's tale of the hare and the tortoise as a metaphor. And actually, this particular client, when I asked the question, what animal would represent thoughtful decision-making and action-taking in the middle? So not overthinking to paralysis analysis, but not rushing to get something done, even if it makes mistakes. And this particular client said an elephant. So this is an animal that can't be rushed. It's known for having a good memory, high levels of intelligence. So this uses almost an element of parts therapy, but also metaphor of a resource state to find the right balance so that they could make adjustments, take a bit more time when they needed to, but also not take too long if that would impede their ability to make progress. So if you can resonate with this idea of either rushing or taking too long, I think you'll get some value from this. It may be, though, that an elephant is not the animal that represents the middle ground for you, in which case, although an elephant is used in this particular hypnosis session, you can just replace it with whatever animal would be the middle ground for you. And that might be a lion or a tiger, or it might be a dolphin, something like that. But you get to decide what that animal would be. And if you like the idea of working with me directly, so we can actually work on something that is specific to you in a way that is calibrated to your resource states and your outcomes, there will be a link in the show notes where you can schedule a completely free consultation call to explore us working together. For now, though, find a quiet, comfortable place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe in that feeling of resourceful relaxation. And as you exhale, just allow your eyes to fully relax, and with your eyes closed, just focus on the sound of my voice. Breathing in relaxation and exhale that tension. And just imagine that you're breathing in a feeling of patience and worthiness. And just imagine you're releasing any feelings of pressure, of what you should do, have to do, must do. Just feel that pressure leave your body, as it now feels that it's about what you choose to do, what you get to do. And I wonder if you could feel what it would feel like to feel a sense of alignment. No one is forcing you to take a shower, change your clothes, brush your hair, and some people don't. Therefore, it's a choice. No obligation, no pressure, just things that you can do if you choose to do them. And if you choose to do them, why not go about those things that aren't particularly interesting in a more pragmatic way? So as you settle in and relax, take an even deeper, comfortable breath in. And as you breathe out, just allow more of that pressure to be released. And as you breathe in and breathe out, I wonder if you could imagine your mind beginning to shift gears from doing to being. And as you relax, you might begin to notice just how safe it feels to let go. Because this time here isn't about racing ahead or achieving anything. It's simply about feeling good where you are right now. And I wonder if each breath takes you a little deeper, if each exhale unwinds a little more tension, as if your body and mind are learning a new rhythm, a steady, calm, confident rhythm. And as you breathe in and breathe out, I want you to imagine a forest, perhaps a forest from your childhood, or maybe a different forest. And I wonder if you could imagine walking through that peaceful forest on a sunny day, where the ground feels firm yet soft beneath your feet, and the sunlight filtering gradually through the leaves of the trees. And I want you to imagine in this forest that you can hear the distant sound of water, perhaps the trickles of a slow-moving stream, and the air feels fresh and clean. And with every step, you feel more grounded, more present, and more like yourself. But let's introduce something fun here in this thought, in this forest. As you walk through the forest towards that trickling stream, I want you to notice 3 animals along the path, each representing a different part of your personality or your mind. And the first animal you notice is the hare. Fast, impulsive, full of urgency and pressure, always running, always racing. And perhaps that hare has a voice inside that says, you have to do more, you have to go faster, you have to get it right now. And you can see the hare looking stressed. No time for anything that might be boring or mundane. And you can see how that part once tried to help. And maybe that part believed that pressure creates progress, that urgency equals importance. And sometimes it's good to get things done decisively and quickly. But sometimes that can lead to problems in the future. So I want you to come to the conclusion that pressure doesn't make things faster. Pressure makes things harder. It can cloud the mind and shake the hands, turn creativity into tension, and increase the likelihood of mistakes. So take a moment to thank the hare for caring, for trying to help. And imagine gently explaining to the hare that there's a better way now, that the pressure can relax, and that positive intention to get things done and do them well can be met through calm enthusiasm and focus, not by rushing. And I want you to see the expression of the hare changing, realizing like the penny drops. Rushing doesn't mean winning. And then say goodbye to the hare. As just nearby you notice the tortoise. Slow, thoughtful, methodical, but sometimes just too cautious. Overanalyzing the same thing again and again. Hesitating sometimes for days, weeks, months, even years. And I want you to get a sense that that tortoise also has a good intention. To avoid mistakes, to avoid taking on too much risk. But sometimes it's just too cautious. The tortoise can fall into the trap of analysis paralysis. Every shadow is a threat. Every clause in a contract is a trap. And you can thank that part too. Because the intention of the tortoise is to be careful, precise, and thorough. But too much thinking slows progress. Months or even years can just create missed opportunities. So just as too much speed causes chaos, sometimes too much analysis can actually create more risk than avoid it. And yet you can accept that both parts are valuable. But what's missing is the ability to find balance or to play each part to its strengths. And I want you to thank the tortoise, because you still need the tortoise, but not quite as tortoisey as the tortoise is. And then from between the trees you notice a third animal approaching. An elephant. Calm, powerful, steady. It doesn't rush like the hare, although it can run if needed, nor retreat like the tortoise, although the elephant can remain slow and steady if needed. It moves forward with calm confidence, aware, deliberate, unstoppable. And as you watch the elephant, I wonder if you can feel something inside you realigning. A new balance between energy and ease, speed and steadiness, effort and enjoyment. I want you to get a sense that the elephant can run fast and get things done, and the elephant can discern the risks and make great decisions. And I wonder if this feels like a more useful way of being. The elephant becomes the symbol of your inner peace. Calm, powerful, productive, and content. In fact, see the expression of satisfaction, because the elephant gets more done than the tortoise or the hare. The elephant can't feel the pressure. And I want you to see that the elephant is also wise. And I think the elephant has an inner voice that is useful. But for now, let's turn your attention to your inner voice. The inner voice that when things went wrong would tell you it's not good enough. You should have done better. Why can't you just get it right? Or words to that effect. And that voice was never trying to hurt you. It was trying to help. Trying to keep you to high standards. Trying to protect you from disappointment. But that voice, although it had a good intention, was just using the wrong strategy. And you can thank that voice for caring and let it evolve to something more useful. I want you to awaken the voice of your inner elephant. A wise, old soul with a photographic memory. And what if that voice becomes your inner coach? That when things don't go right, or when mistakes are made, instead of blame and criticism, that voice, the evolved voice, offers constructive feedback. What can I learn from this? What would make it even better next time? What went well that I can build on? Some people believe you either win or you learn. But you don't truly learn if it's linked to blame and shame, guilt and judgment. You learn when it comes from a place of refinement and feedback and adjustment. So with that simple shift, from now on, mistakes become feedback loops, not failures. And every outcome becomes information, fuel for improvement, not proof of failure or inadequacy. And you begin to realize that satisfaction isn't a reward you earn. It's a permission that you give yourself. That you can feel good about what you accomplish. Not because it's perfect, but because it's honest, real, and yours. And maybe that voice that criticizes is the same voice that made you feel pressure. But maybe it's a different part. And I want you to feel that whether that part is the voice or the hare, ask it what it really wanted for you. The part that was pressuring you to get it done fast, to get it done now. And maybe it wanted you to achieve. It wanted you to have respect. It wanted you to progress. It wanted you to accomplish things. And I want you to imagine smiling at that part. Because you know, and now the part knows too, that those things don't come from rushing. They come from rhythm. I want you to get a sense that with the right balance, enough urgency, but enough analysis, you can accomplish more in a year than you can accomplish in 5 with mistakes and rushing and over-analysis. And I want you to feel that you now have permission to do things at your pace in your way, as you trust your intuition to get the balance just right, and learn from it if you don't. That part now understands it can get what it wants by becoming enthusiastic instead of urgent, and pragmatic instead of pressured, so that you can move forward at your pace and in your way and still accomplish more. Because what if that calm pragmatism is efficiency in disguise? From now on, maybe you can imagine approaching tasks, big or small, from that place of calm confidence, where you can feel satisfied with the effort and care you bring, and curiosity about what you can improve next time. That when things go well, you'll celebrate them, and when things don't, you'll learn from them. And each moment becomes a stepping stone, not a judgment, but a journey. And I want you to think of that elephant when that feeling of pressure starts to come. Because you can pause, take a breath, and ask yourself, would the elephant rush? And instantly you'll remember that power and patience can coexist. And I want you to think of yourself in the days and weeks ahead, perhaps working on something important, a project, a plan, a goal. But see that version of you with the same qualities and mannerisms that you admired in the elephant. Calm but engaged, focused but relaxed, and looking satisfied with the process. And if a mistake happens, see yourself smiling and learning from it. And if things go well, see yourself enjoying that too. Because your satisfaction becomes sustainable, like a steady heartbeat of pride and peace. And see yourself completing that project, that goal, knowing that you did enough and that you are enough. And when you see that future version of you with the balance just right, step into that future version of you and feel how you would feel in advance. No pressure, no blame, no criticism, and notice how much easier it is to make decisions, to get things done, to research, or even the things that seem benign and mundane. Just enough time and attention to mitigate risk without feeling like you're rushing or going too slow. And whenever you see an elephant, either real, a picture, a model, from this point onwards, this will be an anchor to remind you that neither the hare nor the tortoise are optimal for you. It becomes a way to instantly ground you into that place that is perfectly balanced for you and your life. But it's time to leave this forest. But before you leave, the elephant is handing you something by its trunk. A ball of glowing energy. And you can take it, place it on your chest, knowing that this inoculates you from future pressure. Because this is the resource of self-belief and self-trust. That you can trust yourself to do things in a way best suited to you. You give the elephant a hug, say goodbye, as you take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Just wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes as I now count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Mint is still $15 a month for premium wireless. And if you haven't made the switch yet, here are 15 reasons why you should. 1, it's $15 a month. 2, seriously, it's $15 a month. 3, no big contracts. 4, I use it. 5, my mom uses it. Are you playing me off? That's what's happening, right? Okay, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, $15 per month equivalent required. New customer offer first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Thank you so much for joining me on today's episode of The Hypnotist. If you've enjoyed this episode or got some value from it, please give it a 5-star rating and review. And maybe you know someone that would also benefit from this particular episode, in which case share the episode with them so they can also get the benefit too. And if you would like to listen to this episode where it's just the hypnosis, so no intro, no outro, no explanation, just the hypnosis and completely ad-free, there will be a link in the description where you can subscribe at a very low cost and only get access to the hypnosis. So if that's of interest, please check that out. Thank you again for being a regular listener of The Hypnotist, and I'll see you again soon for more.